Good morning, everyone. Just check to see if I'm live first before I talk too much. Just check my phone. Hope everyone's well. We are very wet here. It is so annoying. We've just had the cyclone, and I'll just adjust my camera a little bit. My iPad is a little bit out of whack. I might go that way. I hope everyone's well. Just waiting a minute till my video catches up with my live. It's always a bit behind. I like to have things nice and straight. Actually, if I go this way, might help. The first thing I did didn't work. We shall go down a little bit and around. I don't want to get too close because, whoops, excuse me tipping it everywhere. Let's see how that goes. If you're watching, say hi. Good morning, Andrea. Nice to have you on. I'm just trying to adjust my iPad and camera. I thought I had it lovely and straight this morning, but obviously not. I shall go this way. Hopefully that's better. Good morning, Carmel. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you on Wednesday. I think the weather's going to be fine through the week. We're supposed to have all this rain gone by tomorrow. Hopefully it's nice and sunny tomorrow. Good morning, Annette from Canada. Nice to have you on. Good morning, Michelle and Marianne. That's better now with my camera all straight and I can see. I'll just wait a few minutes. I'll start with a little bit of an intro. Good morning, Amanda. Nice to have you on. Hello, Lynn. I'll see you on Wednesday as well. I've got a big class this month. I've got Wednesday and then Sunday with 16 ladies coming, which is my record so far from, I think, maybe 1 year ago. I might have had a few, but haven't had this many for a while. People must be all into crafting at the moment. So I'll just do a quick intro. As you know, my name's Laura Strengths and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Well, I'm actually on the outskirts of Brisbane, which is an area called Logan. Nice quiet area out here. We don't have too much traffic. So I'll start off with a cough and a mouthful of water. I did have a mouthful before I started. Just a couple of things also. I've got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. In there you'll see all the cards that I do on my live videos, my YouTube videos, my classes. It's not not a page where you'll find PDFs or anything. It's just for viewing. I do sell my cards from there, although that's not a priority. It's just to show everyone what I do. My Facebook group, if you're watching now, you're in the group. It's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. Quite a large group and not enough people active in there. I know there's lots of crafters out there and I'd love you to share your projects. So I hope you do that for me. Good morning, Deanna and Sophia. Good morning. It's wet here, very wet. Sick of the... we had the cyclone just before on stage and then we had a couple of sunny days and now we're back to rain. Hopefully it's going to clear tomorrow. Back to this, I've also got a YouTube channel called Creative Gems. So all the PDFs that are in my tips and tutorials group the bulk of them relate to my my Creative Gems channel. Also the PDFs for all my live videos, and the cards that I do in here, they're in the files tab in that group as well. Seem to be getting lost with what I'm saying this morning. I'm all over the place. Good morning, Corinne. Hello, Annette. Nice to have you on. It's too wet to go outside, so we started washing windows last week. We did a few each day. We've still got one side of the house to do. There's a door and 3 windows, but it's too wet to go out there. And it hasn't been blowing rain, so it's not dirtying up the ones we've done already. Anyhow, that is all. I will mention a few things as we go through the video today, and we'll get that out of the road. I was reading comments on another group this morning about videos dragging on too long and people chatting. And on my YouTube channel, I don't chat along. I do my little intro and then I get straight into the card, and it's quite quick because those videos are recorded, pre-recorded, and then I upload them to YouTube. So even if you comment on there, I will go back and comment to you. Good morning, Fran. I've got lots of ladies on this morning that are coming to my workshops in the next couple of days. So that will be nice. I'm not showing you the cards just yet. Yeah, that'll be a surprise. I did put up a post yesterday with all the prepping that I did. It took me the bulk part of yesterday to do the prepping. 16 is a lot. But anyway, we got there. Now, this morning's card, it's called a double pleated fold. It's a carry-on from the last 2 lives I had. I did one last week where it was just a square in the center, and then the first one I think it was just the bottom. So this one here is just another version of that same card. I really like this one out of all 3 so far, so I hope you enjoy how to do it. We'll put that aside. I've decorated the inside as well. This is one of the new papers. I'll show you the paper before we start, and I'm using another new one as well. Which one was it out of? I think it's this one. Make sure I don't tip the paper upside down. Might be the other one. Yes, it's the other one. We'll get this one out. This is the paper that I used, and it's somewhere in here. This one here. We'll pull some of that out. It's that one there. I'll show you the whole pack. These are one of the new papers with the new in colours. Really pretty patterns in this. We can only get a couple of packs at the moment until the catalogue goes live at the beginning of May, around about the 5th, I think. But that's the papers in this one. My favourite flowers. I love the leaves in this one too. Very nice, although it's more pine leaves, like American sort of leaves to what we have. And then the card that I'm doing today, this is the other pack. I'm going to use one of the ones out of this pack. So we've got all of those pretty papers. Love that there. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm using today. So we've got all of those. And you will see a little bit of the back of the paper. So if you're doing this, make sure you you can see just the little bits of the back there. Make sure you like both sides of the paper, or one that's going to stand out. This one does a little bit, but that's the one I've chosen for today. And the inside, when I was doing it, I had these pieces cut off this front panel here. They get cut off the corners, and I thought rather than waste them, I'll put them on the inside here. So that worked well. So you don't have to waste your papers. So we shall get started. Who have we got? Trudy. Good morning, Trudy. I know it's wet down there too. It's wet here. Sick of the wet. Everything seems to be damp. It's taken me 2 days to get the washing dry. Good morning, Brenda. Nice to have you on. And I think I missed Helen. Good morning, Helen. Yes, Frank. Fran, that was one of the good things about Stampin' Up. Not the on stage. I'm not going to go into that again. I had my thoughts last week, and some people agreed with me and some people didn't, but that's their choice. So the measurements we have for today are these pieces here. So I've got my base. Now this is one of the new colours. At the moment we can't get, this is called Cloud Cover. It's a light blue. It's a little bit like boho blue, but more soft, more grey tone in it. The ink pad in this Cloud Cover is not available. They had a problem with the colouring in the ink, not distributing. It was coming out really grey, so they've recalled those, or they didn't recall them, they didn't send them out, full stop. So we can't order the ink pads. I hope it's not like the ink pad we had a few years ago, where they didn't put it out. They ended up not putting it out altogether, so I hope that doesn't happen. I'll be keeping my boho blue on standby to use instead. This one measures 11 3/4 by 4 1/8. Good morning, Brenda and Heather. Oh, afternoon in Auckland. Yeah, you're 3 hours, so not, oh, yeah, it must be just after midday. Then I've got my front mat. It's 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. I have, this is Secret Sea is the other, one of the other in colours. And I've embossed that with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder, which is one of the current ones at the moment. It's probably, I think it might be an online one, I'm not sure. It's the basics. No, it's not the basics, it's just the Eyelet 3D, but I don't think it's carrying over. It's got tiny little flowers on. I'm not sure if you can see those flowers. Very pretty. And then we have the DSP, which is this way. Now I think I put on the measurements that you need if you've got directional, it has to go landscape, which is this way. It's 10 by 5, and I'll show you how to score and cut that in a minute. That's it there, it should be landscape. This here is the little strip across the front, which I'm going to replicate here again. It's in the Secret Sea colour as well. I'm still getting used to these colours. That measured 3 7/8 by 3/4 of an inch. All these measurements will be in the PDF in the Files tab at the end of today. And also I will upload this video to YouTube. So, because I got a notification the other day, the one that I did on the 1st of March is dropping off in a couple of days, but it is on YouTube. So all of them in future I'll upload to YouTube so we don't lose them. My basic white for inside is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Now these here, 3 7/8 by 1/2 inch, this is where I'm using the cut-off pieces for the inside instead of 2 more strips. So you can use these as well. They're just the width of the cardstock, 1/2 inch top and bottom. But I've decided to use the cut-off bits as well. And then some scrap cardstock for your greetings and decorations. That's my little greeting, let's celebrate, which is not really straight, but not too bad. And I've punched the ends of that with one of my little punches, which my hubby fixed the other day because it was very stiff. It's called Happy Labels Pick a Punch, and it's got 2 different little end squiggly bits on it. So that's that. I'll put that aside. Those measurements were in I pinned them to the featured tab, so they will stay there. Oh, we've got lots more on. Christine, who else? Trudy, Brenda, Heather, hello. Oh, I said hello. Christine Connolly, good morning, and we finally had a little rain. 2 mils has had it rain this month. Oh, you're welcome to some of our rain. It's we've got lots here after the cyclone, and then now it's still raining, or again raining. Good morning, Helen. And good morning from Mackay. I'm just watching today and hoping to make some cards this week. That would be lovely. And please share them on the group. Afternoon from the US, Phoenix. It is easy to do, Jane. Carol, here in a few minutes, then off to first birthday. Have a lovely celebration for your first birthday. My oldest granddaughter only got married a few weeks ago, but hopefully we can have some children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren actually, soon. No, hint, hint to my granddaughter. Right, we'll start with, we'll score the base, which I've already done, but I'll show you where we scored it. I'll do it on my trimmer, and then I will do the scoring for the paper on my scoreboard because I find it's easier. So this measured 11 3/4, so we're going to go at 5 7/8, which is 2 strokes before the 6 if you're on a Stampin' Up trimmer. I hope you can see that. So we'll score that in half. This is a top end, like a tent fold, so not my normal fold that I do. I'll just put that aside for a minute, and we'll fold and burnish that like so. Make sure it's nice and even. So that's our base. Then we shall do our, I've already run that through. That goes through the embossing folder. That's going to go on the front. The other white pieces on the inside. Now you'll need your designer series paper or patterned paper if you're not sure. Stampin' Up call it designer series paper. So if ever you see me write DSP, it's short for designer series paper. Good morning, Bronwyn from Hervey Bay. Good morning, Joyce from Canada. Love to have you. Lovely to have you on. So I'm going to use this now. This is a scoreboard from Stampin' Up. With your stylus. Oh, this little piece of Velcro is around here. I did this years ago because I kept losing the little it sits in this little pocket down here, and I kept losing it. And then I saw a lady that had this Velcros here with the piece around the center of this, and when I put it on, it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to lose it. So just a little hint if you want to put your permanent holder there. Now this has got 2 ends. It's got a little fine end and a thick end. For paper you want to use the thicker end so it doesn't tear. The finer end I use on cardstock because it's a little bit thicker. Now these measurements, and you'll get them all from the PDF. We shall start with the long side at the top, and it doesn't matter which way your paper is going because it's all going to work out in the end. And we're going to score at 1 inch. I'll go slowly so that people, if they're doing it, they can keep up. 1 1/2. It's 1 inch and 1 1/2 and ½ inch increments all the way across. You'll see that, except this first one. And then 2 1/2. 3 inches. So that's the ½ inch there. 4 inches. I'm reading mine from my instructions so I don't miss anything. 4 1/2. I'm not pushing really heavily. 5 1/2 because I don't want to tear the paper. 6, 7. Whoops, that went off the track. You won't see it when it's folded. 7 1/2. When you use a stylus, you need to have your hand down and just pull it from there. Don't go this way because that's where it does get out of the track. So go down and hold your hand down as well. That was 7 1/2, 8 1/2. And don't go too fast because that's when it will slip out of the track as well. And 9. If you're not used to using one, it doesn't take too long to... Actually, we'll keep this here for a sec. Just a couple of more people on. Joyce, I've done those. Jane, heading to Hervey Bay from Melbourne. Looks like we are in for a wet week. It's supposed to fine up tomorrow and then not too bad for the rest of the week. So you might be okay, Jane. I'm not sure about up in Hervey Bay. It could be raining up there, but I know Brisbane's not too bad for the week. And from Inverell, Judy, hello. So now you'll need a pencil. And we're going to put some little marks at 4 1/2 and at 5 1/2. So, and they're on score lines. So there's a pencil mark there. I'm going to rub them out, so I'm not too concerned if I do them a bit heavier so I can see them. And you want that top and bottom. So I'm going to flip that. You can do it, as you can see, I've got these lines here. So if you're doing here, you just measure it up with the line. I've just done a felt marker and run it through the tracks. So if you're doing top and bottom on something, you can just go from there, which is 2 inches, and you know this is the 2-inch mark there. It lines up all the way through. But this one, I haven't got it at those markings, so we're going to do 4.5 and 5.5 again. 4.5 is there, and 5.5 is there. So that just saves you flipping it around, but flipping it's okay. So we'll put that aside. Oh, we need it again, sorry. And we need this way this time. And you're going to put little pencil marks at 2 inches and 3 inches. And flip it around and go 2 inches and 3 inches. This is a lighter colour paper, so it's easy enough to see the markings. So that's all we need the scoreboard for. You can do all that on the trimmer. It's just as easy. I just thought when you're going across a lot of lines, it's easier on the scoreboard rather than moving your paper across all the time. So if you've got a scoreboard, use it. Now we need our trimmer. So we're going to cut. Now this is fairly easy. You just line up your pencil marks. We're going to cut from that pencil mark there. That's the 4.5 and that's the 5.5. So I'm going from that one there. You can do either side first. Put that in the track, and then I'll use this here. And that's the other top pencil mark on this side. So you're going to cut that off. You'll see it'll make sense in a minute. So make sure they're directly in the track. Hold it steady and cut that off. And then we can go this way for the other second pencil mark down to this one here. So it's just cutting off the corners from that pencil mark to that pencil mark in the track. And they're the pieces that I kept. It's got score lines on it, but when I put it on, I just burnished them out. You wouldn't see them. So that's that. Then we're going to do the other side. So pencil mark there in the track over to this one. 1 and 2. Trying to get them nicely in the track so you have a nice cut. And then the same this way from that there. And my other pencil mark down the bottom here at the 5.5 inch or 4.5, whatever side you're on. So that one there to that one there. So you'll end up with that shape. It's got the flat pieces top and bottom. And I've cut that wrong there. I knew I would do something wrong. I just knew it. I shall get another piece out really quickly. I don't know. I didn't even look when I did that. We shall do this really quickly again. I don't know. We'll use all that for another project. Don't do what I did. But I told you the right thing what to do and I still do it wrong. Where are we? 4 1/8. Make sure that's the right. I'll quickly catch up here. So have a chat amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. 11 3/4. I'm going to get my other measurements out wherever I put them to make sure. That one, 11 3/4, 4 1/8. 4 1/8. We'll go this way first. 4 1/8. See, anyone can make a mistake. And 11 3/4. And I'll quickly do all those score lines again. Somehow I had a feeling I was going to do that wrong. I thought, no, take your time, do it properly. Now we'll go this way again. And we need this. We'll go 1, 1.5. Good practice. 2.5 3, 4, 4.5. I could hear people yelling at me at the 5.5 through the screen to say, no, no, you're cutting it wrong. 6, 7. I knew as soon as I looked at it, oh, it was wrong. 7.5, 8.5, 9. Now that's wrong. 6, 7, 7, 8 8.5, 9. Why have I got so much at the end? Gee, we're having all sorts of... There goes a stamp pad. For some reason. Why have I got that wrong? 11 3/4 is correct. Oh, that's the base. DSP is 10 by 5. We can cut that off 10. I'm looking at the correct measurements, but I've cut this wrong. It's 10 by 5, and that's not going to be right either. How about we start again? Oh dear. We're not having a good day. I think it's the rain. Let me find another piece of that pattern. We'll go with a different pattern if we don't find it. I think I've got another piece here. No, we haven't. Why haven't we got another piece? Oh, because I know. So we'll swap our patterns over. This one will match. No, this one will match. That one will be fine. Such a disaster. Actually, this one in the other pack will be better. It was going to be a nice, organised, quick video. We'll go this pattern. 10 by 5. I couldn't use the other one because it was not wide enough. I only cut it at 4 1/8, which is the size of my base. Maybe I'm just too tired from yesterday. Now we'll have another go. We have paper everywhere now. We shall go 1, 1.5. We'll catch up in a minute. Just keep chatting. 2.5. I can't believe I've done this. 3, and I've made so many of them. 3, 4, 4.5. 4, 4.5. I'll have a look at who's talking in a minute. 5.5. 6, 7. I'm making sure I get this right. 7.5, 8.5, and 9. Now we shall put some pencil marks. All good what happens to the best of us. Thanks, Amanda. It happens to me a lot. Now, we want this way, and we're going at 4.5 there, and 5.5. 4.5 and 5.5. Flip it around. 4.5. What else would you be doing on a wet day? And then we'll go 2 and 3. 2 and 3, and we shall cut it correctly this time. 2 and 3. I never delete any of my pieces out of my video. I show you my mistakes, so we shall get our trimmer and what not to do. Now we want that pencil line at the top and this pencil line on this side, which is where's the other one? Can't see it in the over there. I'll just check that. 4.5 and 5.5. Yes, it's right there. Couldn't quite see it. So we want that pencil mark and that pencil mark in the track. We're almost back to where we were. And then that pencil mark and that pencil mark. Actually, I just remembered this is one of the patterns I'm using. Can't see that. Oh, there it is. Our retreat's coming up in May, and this is one of the papers we're using. And because I can only get 2 packs of it, I may end up short. But I'll just wait till the 1st of May and order some more. That one there to that one there. So you'll have a 1 inch mark, 1 inch gap there. I should have picked up on that when I cut it the first time. And then this one goes from that pencil mark to this pencil mark, like so. Now we have it correct. Keep those pieces. This will go nicely with the, that's what it should look like. Now we're going to fold these, and then if you work from the center and fold them into valley folds. So you've got these where the 2, actually I'll rub out those pencil marks first. Where do I put my rubber? So that way they don't get lost in the folding, so I can see them. I hope everyone's still with me after that big mess. Good morning, Jeannie. I'm not sure if I did say hello to you earlier. So these 2 center ones, which you can see better on the back, they're going to go into valley folds. I start in the center, I find it's easier. So you've got those 2 at a valley fold like that. And then you're just going to concertina all the way out each side. So the next one will be mountain, and then valley and mountain. Just alternate, and valley and mountain, like so. That's your valley one there, and we'll burnish that. Actually, that green stands out nicely on the background there, on that one. Just burnish all your score lines. Now we've got the valley there first on that side, and then we've got mountain, valley, mountain, valley, and mountain. So push those into the center. That will line up as a pleat in the center, and just burnish those. Like so. Now, so these sit down, I'm going to put, I think I'll just use a little bit of glue. Surely we can't go wrong with this. Just on the 1/2 inch folds, which are the underside there, just put a little spot of glue all the way across. It doesn't have to be all the way, just enough to hold it. So I'm going into those 1/2 inch top folds there, all the way across. And then push them back in, like so. Give them a good press down, just to hold them. And I'm going to use tear and tape on the back. Thanks, Fran. Yes, it wasn't the pattern I picked to start, but I do like this paper as well. So that's that one there. Now we'll flip it over, and what I'm going to do, I'm not sure about what everyone else did, but I'm going to put some tear and tape all the way around this back section here. So just so you won't see it, come inside your folds. One down there. Across there. You could use liquid glue if you want on the back. It just takes a little while to dry, but this holds it lovely and firm all the way around. Like so. And I did put a strip across the middle just to hold it down. And that way it's easy to get it centered on you. And we are going to trim a fraction off the side edges. I'll show you that when we get to it, because it's a little bit wide. So just take the backs off those. I've got a little cup there, I'll just put it there. And this will go onto the Secret C mat, this one here. This one's got no direction for pattern, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you center it top and bottom here, so you've got the same gap top and bottom, and it will hang over the edges just a fraction, which is what we were going to trim. So just push all that down. How easy is that? That side I got perfectly on. This side's got a fraction off. I didn't sort of center it too well, but that little smidge is not going to notice. And that goes there. Someone's messaging me, I'm not sure who. I'll find later. So then that sits on there, like so. Now we can glue this one for quickness. I think I've taken up enough of your time mucking things up. 2 muck-ups in one morning is not good. Make sure your base is up the right way. That goes on so. And then you've got the strip across, which is that, wherever I put it, it's back over here somewhere, buried under this mess. There we go. And remember I said to keep these pieces. I'll show you what we'll do on the inside. So this, you could emboss this piece as well across. It goes from the panel here, the mat at the front. So we can just I'm sticking that down flat. And then I've got the greeting up, sitting up on dimensionals. So we'll put that flat. I've centered it on either side of that 1 inch there. It just gives a nice feature with the panel across the center, like so. And this here, excuse me, I'm putting up on dimensionals. Oh, I meant to show you my friend, my crafting friend Annette gave me this. It's a glue holder. I'll show you how it works. Just sit your glue up in there. She knows I love little knick-knacky things, and she got them online somewhere. I don't know where, so don't ask me. And she knows I love butterflies, and blue's my favourite colour, so that sits nice. That's a big bottle of glue. Normally it's a smaller one than that. But thanks, Brenda. Now that we're back on track, these colours still go nice together, because that blue is that Secret C colour in those flowers. I'll just put 3 or 4 of these on the back, and then I'll show you how to do the inside with the leftover bits, well, 2 of the leftover bits. My finger is not working so well this morning, and I've got some embellishments. Whoops, we might put that up the right way. That way. Always double check. So that's going in the middle, like so. I'll put the embellishments on in a minute. So this piece here, what I did, it's got the score lines on, but we can burnish that. I started and I cut, I think I cut the straight edge off. Yes, I did. So I'm going to put the point to there, to one side, and then flip that over. I'm just going to make sure I don't put glue all the way across. I should use my silicone mat wherever I put it, which it's not handy. Oh, there it is. I thought it was. So I don't want glue all the way all the way across. I'll put a fair bit in this, or a little bit in that point, so it sticks down. And to about there. and then we can trim that level with the side. So I've got the point over here in the corner. I think I'm off camera a bit. Point there, across there. And you can only just, because I hadn't folded those score lines, trim that off before the glue goes everywhere. And then we can do the top one as well. So we'll put the point here. Go in a little bit further with my glue. The point into the corner. Very fun way of decorating your inside instead of just the normal strips. Wipe that glue off there. Actually, we can get rid of that. And then all I did, you can barely see those score lines. I just went across it and burnished them out. Because they weren't actually folded, they were only scored, it's easy enough to, and it's fairly smooth there, not that it'd matter if they were noticeable. And that will go on the inside to coordinate with the front. Glue again. I think yesterday was such a busy day, I've lost track of what I'm doing sometimes. Yes, thanks, Annette. That's a variation of the cards we did the last two live videos. I think that's about all the cards you can do from the curtain fold. It's pretty much called a curtain fold. This is double pleated fun fold. I love it with the darker background too. So that's that. All done after so many muck-ups to start. Apologise for that. I've got a fair bit of, actually the pieces I've cut, I'll make something with them out of scraps. We'll do a scrap card. I'll do one later. I'll cut up those bits and I'll make a card out of it and show you what I did. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Brenda. I don't think there was anything else I had to tell you. I will upload this to YouTube so you can go over and watch it there. It will stay in the featured tab for 30 days, so you've got a little bit of time if you want to watch it from here. I've got 5,500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so that's lovely. That's it from me. I think this rainy weather's set in for the rest of today, and I'm sick of it. It's sending me off. I know what I didn't do is put some embellishments on this. We've got these new ones, which are my favourite. 25-27 flat pearls, and they're in all the colours. So we shall use the blue at the top here. I'll use a couple of little ones on the side. Thought it looked a bit plain. And then those ones are probably they're not gonna show on there. What other colours we've got? Nothing on that. Oh, we could use the lighter one. We'll use these. That's better. Stampin' Up do coordinate their stuff really well. That's it. Much better. Thanks for joining me, and I shall catch you all again next week. The girls are having a lovely chat here. Lovely card. Don't be too hard on yourself, or anything. Just shows anyone can make them, even experienced crafters. Thanks, Brenda. I do a few mistakes every now and then. I'm not too bad. I just, I don't know what I did this morning. I think when you tell yourself, don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake, then you do. So just go with the flow. Thanks, Del. I'll catch you all again next week. Have a lovely week in the wet. Maybe, hopefully, fine in the next few days. Bye for now.